Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Hello, Miss Kira. I know you wanted me to stream yesterday, and you wanted me to stream the day before. I don't know if you understand Mondays. Hi, everybody. Let me see. We need sound. I gotta get my chat windows sorted. Let's get comfy. Let's get settled. Have a nice sit, you know. Traditional hero greeting, cat butt. Yeah. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? How you feeling today? Thought Mysterious Tale was a new microphone. It would make a cute little boom mic, but I don't know if it would work. Be careful. I'm living dangerously. I have an open glass of water on my desk again, but I'm guarding it. We are existing. Yeah, it's kind of an existing day. But we're here. That's good. It's Wednesday today, August the 7th. We are just one day more than 2 weeks away from early access to The War Within, which is bananas. That's time math that I'm not even happy about. How are you, Hazel? Hello. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm here, I think, is where we're at today. Put this one here. It's a good day to not work too hard, but also to not fall behind and make more work for yourself later kind of day. Let's put this one in here. Oh, watch out. There you go. There you go. Today, I want to have another look at doing some more Radiant Echoes. I don't yet have all of the Transmog, all of the appearances from the gear, and I like the appearances quite a bit, so I want to kind of keep farming the event to try and get that. And if I get bored in between, I have that new hunter I made that we could level. That would always be fun. Be good for you showing up. Yeah, we're doing okay. We can't complain. We can't complain too much. We're getting all the major pieces in place. We're sleeping. We're eating. We're watching a lot of the Olympics. We were watching some sport climbing, which is just so fascinating because I'll look at the thing and I'll be like, there's no way anyone's going to climb up there. And then a climber just like decides to wedge like their pinky toenail in it and then flip themselves like around. And then like, I don't know. It's, it's madness. It's absolute madness. Oh, hey, this happens to be the right zone. What are the odds of that? Well, I guess one in three. It's crazy. I can't even decide which of the three climbing events I like best. Also, we have like no sound. I'm totally a cappella right now. I'll look into that. Because I thought it was for sure going to be bouldering because that's something that I did twice, so I'm obviously an expert. And that's just really fascinating to watch. Like a bunch of people go through and they're like on the first problem and they get like maybe the 5-point hold, and then somebody comes and just like zips all the way up it, and it's just so exciting. But then the lead and speed climbing is also very fun. So I wonder if I need to like restart these guys. That might be the thing. Did I watch the hammer throw? Yeah! I watched both of them. Although after like spending what felt like 35 minutes just like skipping through the various track and field VODs to try to find the moments, eventually I wised up and I just went to YouTube and I found the part where CBC had like cut the specific thing that I was looking for. Yeah, those were both awesome. And both of those athletes are from like not crazy far from here. One's from a couple hours up island, the other one's from a couple hours like just across a ferry. Pretty cool. Oh, remember Nixie's coming. Sound or not, we gotta go. Opinion on Katzberg's hair? I think I'm getting old. I thought he had beautiful hair. I thought he had beautiful curls. Yeah, I'm on Vancouver Island. I live in Victoria, BC. The male hammer thrower athlete is from Nanaimo, which is a couple hours up island. I've lived there before as well. And then Cameron Rogers, who was the our female hammer throw athlete, she's from Richmond. Beautiful curls and a prominent mustache. I saw him and I thought that is the most like, I mean, there's no one way to look Canadian. There are a lot of different ways to look Canadian. It's one of the nice things about Canada is it's not really a a monolith, so to speak. But I did see that guy and I went, wow, that's that is a very Canadian. Let's see if we can get this rolling. Haven't played WoW in so long. Still sit and watch every single Saturday like it's the news. Is crazy. Of the famous bars. Oh yes, of the bars, that's right. For a moment I misunderstood and I thought you meant drinking bars, because they definitely have those in Nanaimo too. But yes, Nanaimo of the bars. So I think I need to look at my sound devices and stuff. Oh, I got a random piece of champion gear. Oh, that's right. That's why I should be doing this on Not My Priest. Is it at least Transmog? Nope, I had that piece. Okie dokie. Bear with me a minute here. Kitty cat, you want to stream for a sec? That seems vaguely stable. All right, you stream. I'm gonna mess with sound for a sec. Thank you. No, it is connected. All right, I'm not an idiot, but I did do a silly thing. I had literally my sound disabled. That's why there was no sound coming through, is because it was turned off. Okie dokie. Oh, miss having kitties. Husband allergic, can't have any. Prayers come through. Yeah. Oh, she's a sweetie pie. Watch Deck, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Also, I should probably something thereabouts. Are you sure it's plugged in? Yeah. I don't even know if I have any pride anymore about even pretending to know if all of my stuff's working correctly. Or feeling like I should know if everything's plugged in. I just, you know, I just sit here and hope for the best. We had a little tough weekend. I'm a little worried about Miss Kira. She's doing fine. She's behaving totally normally. But when we took her to the vet for her annual wellness, we did some blood testing, and there was something a bit odd on it that they wanted to investigate, so they did another blood test, and it was still pretty odd. So now they've done a few things to rule out stuff, and they still don't know what quite is up. So just to make sure it's not anything dangerous, we need to go see a specialist to do some more testing. And she's fine, and I'm trying not to freak out, but it's hard because she's my little baby, and I'm very emotional. So if I'm a little stressed, that's at least part of it. But she's okay. She's a brave girl. She's gonna have to make some new friends at the specialist place. She gets along well with vet techs. She hates going, and it's gonna be a farther drive, and she's not gonna be thrilled about that. But hoping for the best. Yeah. We're One side effect of being extra mushy is that she's getting a lot of extra cuddles and a lot of extra nap times, and Kitty's kind of in a getting whatever she wants phase right now, and she has been getting whatever she wants, but I'm feeling oh my goodness, a little extra, so we're hanging out a lot. Good thoughts, good health her way. Thank you. Any of us are pet people, we understand. Yeah. I know realistically they don't live forever, but she's only 10. I want another 10 years with her. I know sometimes the universe doesn't always pan out that way, but man, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself when that day eventually comes where I lose her, because she's my best friend. Is this over? No, there's 94% remaining. Where'd they go? Excuse? Oh, there we go. I just phased, I guess. Spend 1,000 vigor. Such a random progress point. Yeah. This is one of the fun events. What's good to farm in this new event? You get currency and you can buy stuff off the vendor with currency. There are armor sets for every armor type, as well as a number of weapons. They function as transmog as well as catch-up gear, of course. And then you've got 3 pets and a mount. So I've bought the pets and mount already. The mount will change based on your faction, so it's kind of 2 mounts in one, but you only have to buy it once. And now I'm trying to get the rest of the transmog. So mainly you're just kind of hoping that the items drop on their own because it's expensive to buy them individually. I have all the things here telling me that I need another 124k echoes to buy the remaining things. I'm sitting on 40k echoes right now. And that amount needed to buy the remaining things kind of drops as they continue to drop for me. So the idea is just to keep farming until those 2 numbers meet in the middle. I didn't do full dailies on my 2 days off. I did at least 1 or 2. I logged on at one point and did like 1.5 events. There was one that I was quite upset about because, well, not quite upset. Let's not overblow it. I was mildly disappointed. I'd forgotten to turn in one of my dailies. And then the day ticked over and I turned it in, but I couldn't pick it up again because it's just how it works. You gotta make sure you remember to turn them in on day of. Otherwise, you're gonna be out of luck for doing that same daily another day. So many people questing the weekend, sure. Add-on that shows what you're missing. That is all the things. ATT, all the things. Totally fine to do this just on a main. The benefit of doing it on alts is occasionally you get these pieces of champion gear that your alt might need more than your main, but for the most part you can do it on whoever. There's no longer any main benefit to doing it. There's no longer any benefit to spreading it across a bunch of different characters. There was for a hot second, but not anymore. Oh, so we got a cape. I needed that transmog, lovely, which makes this number down to 122. Capes are cheap, I guess, but you know, I've been stashing those away in my bank so that when I'm finally done with the event, I can kind of go shopping in my war bank on all of my different characters. Did you see that Blizz is releasing a Transmog API? I didn't, but that's excellent news. I'm assuming that's going to make it easier for smart people to make like web tools that more accurately tell you what you're missing and what you need and stuff. Yeah, random drops can be duplicates. The thing that makes me less upset about that is that sometimes I do need multiple copies for multiple different characters to wear, so even though it doesn't help me in terms of transmog collecting, it's still nice for all catch-up gear. But yeah, if all you wanted was the appearances. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel bad if you're so tired that you are falling asleep with scorpids around you on your work site in the middle of the day. You probably need that nap. Get these guys some vacation time. Okie dokie. They lazy. Can we modern age rework the lazy peons and just call them they're burnt out peons, you know? They need some mental health days. They could use a little bit of therapy. Nice stumble. Get stung by scorpions. 6+ recruit shields, no capes. Something you doing? Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, they're overworked. No mental health days. You get pummeled. I can do that. Okay. Some water. How you doing, kid? You happy? Was this all you wanted? You were meowing at me in the last couple of days telling me to get in here. Memories of Mosh. That'll do. Lazy peon means there is active peon. Hyperactive peon. Mm-hmm. Interns.
We overcame this once, and we will once more.
Where's the dinosaur? We like that one.
The memory of Anixia and her brood.
Now that they've reworked the event that you can just kind of do laps around it for as long as it's up, it is kind of nice, especially if you're having one of those days where you just want to sort of mindlessly play WoW. It's nice to be able to just kind of rotate around, do a little of this and that. I suppose at some point, if I was gonna farm this on a shaman, like a leveling shaman, to try for the shields and there's like an offhand book, I ought to do that Because I think, if I'm being honest with myself, I'm not making a pre-patch event video. I was going to, but I didn't get to it. It's a little late now, and I have other stuff that is happening now that I can't wait any longer on. So, I think there's no harm in me doing that on stream. There we go. You got pummeled in New York starting zone? I don't know if they still get pummeled here. Mm-hmm. Do the 3 cloaks drop on all classes? I don't know. I would guess so, but I don't know for sure. What else did we do? I feel like it was a very busy couple of days. We got out and around a little bit. Got some appointments done. We go anywhere? Oh, I went fishing. I went saltwater fishing on one of the days. We got a couple rockfish, and then last night I filleted them up and made a batter and made some fish and chips at home. It was pretty good, but I don't I'm not like, I fried them in my cast iron pan, and they fried up very nice, but like, it didn't, the fish was good. I don't know, I wouldn't eat it every day. Anything fun except sports? Lots and lots of sports. Lots and lots of Olympics. I can't get enough of it right now. There's just always something going on. I love the diving. I actually watched a lot of the artistic swimming as well, like I guess they don't call it synchronized swimming anymore because it doesn't all have to be synchronized, but the themes, the artistic swimming teams, they do like a choreographed swimming routine, and each of them has a theme, and the themes are bonkers. Like, they're so creative and not what you would expect from synchronized swimming. They're so cool to watch. So creative, it's actually crazy. I'd never watched synchronized swimming before, and I had no idea what it was really about. I just knew that there was this kind of in poor taste gambling commercial that was like ripping on it for some reason. But I was watching it and I was like, this is actually bananas. They're doing like flying acrobatics like you get in gymnastics. They're also staying upside down underwater, doing complex routines in sync with each other without breathing for long periods of time. Wild. One team did a moonwalk, I saw. You find the trampoline events? I did. I only watched a little. I watched some of that. I watched about as much as I needed to figure out what was going on with it. Sometimes I'll just click into a sport and try to figure out what they're trying to do, and then I'll move on to something else. What was it? Wrestling. I watched a little bit of the Greco wrestling. And I discovered that I don't really know anything about wrestling. I don't really like, I know it's good if you like throw the other person over and then pin him on the ground, but like without that, I'm lost. Just a lot of flips. Did you want to list a group? It's not really a group activity. You can do this perfectly well on your own. I haven't been grouping for any of this.
Here we go again. Quite literally.
I have a lot more of these memories than I remember. I guess maybe now that I've finished buying stuff. I haven't bought anything since I bought the pets. So I guess it's stacking up a bit from the daily quest now. Do not understand Olympic wrestling. Get pro wrestling. Amateur wrestling did nothing for me. Any luck with the cloak? Not seen one of those Shadowlands pre-patch appearances. I don't know if I'm fully aware of what I'm missing. I got a cloak earlier. What did I get? I got a Dalaran Defender's cape. I got this. I don't think that's what we're talking about. It doesn't look Shadowlandsy to me. It is all in ATT now. Okay. Do you ever miss DPS rotations? I don't really feel like I've... Like, do you mean just like because I mean, even in my raid season, I would heal for progress, but once we've kind of over-healed something, which we get to the point of, I've been switching to DPS. I've been doing Shadow here and there. Not terribly well, but like, I don't know if I've like properly been away from it. Well, Air Zinixia. Cloaks that share the appearance of the Shadowlands pre-patch ones, they only drop for low levels. Oh, okay, then I don't have any of that. I have not done any low-level farming of this event just yet. I will eventually if I have time and I remember. I don't really want to right now. I might change my mind in a bit, but Yeah, no, I haven't farmed any of that. Understand how boxing works. You punch each other. Whoever punch better wins a round. Stays down, loses. Wrestling. See, the boxing I found very hard to follow because they're punching each other a lot. And that's great. And it has to do with how many times and maybe where? I don't know. But, like, in the middle of the match, I cannot for the life of me, unless somebody is absolutely dominating the other person, I can't really tell who's winning until the end when they pick somebody's hand up. And I like being able to follow, I don't know, the trend of it throughout, as opposed to being like, well, a bunch of stuff's happening, and later I'm going to find out what it meant. The direct combat sports have been... Oh, there, I got pants that I needed. That's good. Nice. That brings my list... Oh, for a second I thought it said 3,000. Down to 112,000. That's more realistic. Boxing hard to watch. Violence even for competitions just creeps me out. Yeah. I like it when they're... For some reason, I just need sportsmanship to make me feel better about it. If I feel like everybody's excited to be there and they're not actually mad at each other, then I'm happy. So I like it when they like help each other up and stuff, and when they're good sports, but not everybody is. Yes, only 3k memories left. Good morning, Hansel. Good morning, Captain Lemons. Whenever I pop wings is red since the patch, get the Shadow Priest thing from Beyond Creature. Do you have is it a trinket? Maybe? Or is it just like a bug? It's probably just a bug. Finished my Transmog grind today. Nice. Congratulations. Bug. Oh, am I warm enough to take this off? It's been kind of chilly in the nights and mornings here today. Recently, in the last couple of days. I had to put an extra blanket on my bed. I was trying to go to bed without it and I was just freezing. Playing an NA again makes me miss my heirlooms. Yeah, I remember when they took the direct experience bonuses off of heirlooms because they had overall nerfed the amount of experience it takes to level. And a lot of people were very upset because they thought that heirlooms would be basically useless, but I still really like leveling in them. I'll still put a full set of heirlooms on any character that I'm leveling. I don't think they're useless at all. Not that you said that they were, but just, I remember when that change went in, there was a lot of... I don't want to say hysteria, but there was a lot of concern. I love Khadgar, but I've been losing the ability to tune him out here. Need a Cad break. I won a year sub from a giveaway. Oh, nice! you're set for a while. How about are the pre-patch appearances proving? Working on remix stuff. Time's gonna be tight. I mean, there's bad luck protection in the sense that if they're not dropping for you, eventually you will have farmed enough currency to buy them. So it is deterministic in that way, with the exception of the ones that can only drop for low levels. I'm not an expert on those. I haven't tried that yet. There's a couple things that you can only get on sub 70 characters for some reason. But yeah, the main armor sets, it is kind of a time investment though. I would at least try to pop on and do each event once per day for the daily, because that'll put you well ahead without needing a huge time investment. Maybe like 10 minutes 3 times a day if you can catch the different hour events. And then you could play remix like in between all of that, but that would put you decently well ahead for a start for when you actually do get to farming them if you want everything. Kind of like remix, set it and forget it, one less thing to manage. Exactly. Took me a second to figure it. It is nice and bad to not have to worry about gear while leveling. Yeah. Because of the rate at which we level in modern WoW, I really like heirlooms and not having to worry about upgrades because you just outpace stuff so quickly. In a different game mode, like in Hardcore Classic, where you're leveling pretty slowly and very carefully, I very much prefer especially in Self-Found, like that challenge of finding gear, like each piece feels a lot more meaningful, and the gearing is a huge part of the gameplay of that mode. So I think in a slower paced leveling, it makes more sense to be invested in your gear as you get it. But in modern retail, wow, you level so fast that like you would just outpace everything like instantly. Where should we go? This way. Got the Owl of Thunder rep left in Remix. Really don't want to do it. It's fair.
No time for nostalgia, champion.
Might be at least 50 items for the low levels that can drop. I don't want to hear that. That is not information I want to know. Unsay it, please. Take it back. Murlocs. Murlocs in the War Within. Did we see Murlocs? There were like funky little things. I played each of the zones on alpha, but I don't remember any of it now. Voidlocks, please. I'll take it back. Thank you. Appreciate it. Just tell me lies. Tell me comforting lies, like you're almost done, you're not behind, you'll get everything that you want. Although, to be honest, I'm not terribly invested in 100%ing any of this. I'm just kind of happy to sit here and hang out and farm a little bit and do my best. I'm never going to have everything, and that's okay. There is no low level gear. There we go. Everything will be fine. Because I pretty much only have time to play WoW on stream. So if I can't get it... I mean, stream is 3 hours a day, though. That's lots of WoW. But if I can't get it done on stream, then it's not getting done. There's no logging on outside of this right now. Are you excited for the War Within? Honestly, right now I'm just panicking because I'm busy. And I'm a little overwhelmed and a little overloaded. I will be excited in, like, mid-September. Because by then, everything will be out. I'll be a little comfier in it. Because sometimes new expansions... they sometimes shake me up a little bit because I don't know everything that's going on and I don't have the answers to any of the questions people are asking me. Not that I have them now, but like I'm just feeling a little disjointed and a little lost, and it takes me a while to settle in and start to have fun again. So I will be, but like later, I think. By then you'll be a year older as well. This is true. I need to look at the calendar and figure out what days of the week some of those things happen on, because I was looking into taking a day or two off around my birthday, assuming that raid guides are out by then, because the raid comes out on the 10th. My birthday's on the 8th, which is a Sunday. That's all fine and good. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. And then my raid night's not until the 11th, so that's fine. Finished my second level 70 on Remix today. Did the guide you did about leveling. Dang, the mailbox levels were crazy. Nice. That's so fun. It's such a cool thing to do. Hardly have time for games anymore. Do you remember the last achievement you needed before getting Tyvan? I actually saved the petting the Bakars in Onarn Plains for the very last. Specifically, I pet every Bakar except for Tyvan, so that I could, when everything else was finished, go pet Tyvan and get Tyvan. I thought that was very cute. So I set it up in that way. Before that, the last one that I needed was... It wasn't the elemental storms. That one was okay. It wasn't the Tuskar stuff. I had that done already. It wasn't the Forbidden Reach. That was finished. I don't know if I remember what it was. Something. Except that I'll miss out on things in WoW sometimes. Best thing I've done for my stress levels, enjoyment of the game. Yeah. Is there a guide for that achievement? Still need to do mine, but dreading it. I did not make a guide for that achievement. Wowhead has write-ups for all of the components. They probably have a write-up for the overall thing that will kind of highlight which of the things are going to take more time. Because some of those things you would want to start keeping an eye on early because you're waiting for certain events to spawn. Wish I did that. I only need the fishing hole left to get my tithe in. Nice.
How strongly Azeroth remembers these events.
Kill 200 things sounds like a TBC level of quest in regards to the Starve achievements. Yeah, it is. I kind of love it, though. That's, like, the purest form of an MMO for me. That's, like, my favorite thing, is when they're like, here are a bunch of bears. Decimate them. And, you know, it's just like a grind. I just love a good, long, slightly inhumane grind. I don't like it when it's super fiddly. I don't like it when they're like, listen, you're going to farm this thing and you're going to have it ripen under a full moon, and then you are going to get an engineer to craft you a silver fork, and you shall take your moon ripened eyeballs and you shall raise them to the sky, and then 3 other people shall race you to the finish line. I hate that. Give me give me 200 elementals to kill any day. Okay, Hemet. I love Hemet Nessing right questing. I always will seek it out if I'm leveling in a zone that has it. Typically. If I know that it's there. I did buy the 1.2 million beetle. I did it. That was one of the earliest things I bought off the vendor. I don't have all the transmog from that vendor, but I've been working through it. Every time I get like 100k, I've been dumping it into another appearance so that I can start the War Within kind of broke, because I like that. It's fun. And so I can get those things. Actually, it's Mistress Julan. Madame Goya is the BMOD vendor. Nobody enjoyed that. Dollar Defender's class. We got a plate belt. Very good. Ooh, it's a cool appearance. I need like 4 or 5 more things off the vendor. I've been in kind of a bad mood in the last couple of days, which is just, sometimes it happens. You're not always going to be super happy, but I've been, I don't know, I'm kind of annoying right now. So I've been trying to like keep an eye on it and take it easy and not be super annoying. What are we doing? We're saying, what is that beetle called? It's a scarab? Golden Regal Scarab. Yeah. Let's see. Dragon rides now, right? No. But it's extra rich of me to correct anybody in anything, because I am constantly getting my facts wrong. I think it's impossible not to in this game unless you have a really good brain for trivia and you are immersed in it all the time. Nobody's in a good mood all the time. That is true. You want me to tranquilize 200 bears? Looks at 80 dead bears. Yep. Probably afford one thing from the vendor, but I'd like to get game time with gold instead. Yeah, that's fair. Something smooth's just happened. I've been doing a little better in the last month or so about being in close enough touch with myself that I can often figure out where the mood is coming from. Not that it's not valid, they're always valid, but like, obviously lots of different things could affect your mood and your mental well-being, from things like sleep and diet and exercise to events, to your mental state, to your hormones. And I've been doing a little better at actually realizing what's going on, which is sometimes helpful, because sometimes there's something I can do, and sometimes it's like, well, this is just going to be like this until I can get like a really good sleep, or this, I'll feel better than this in a couple of days. So if I'm going to take it easy for a few days, I'm kind of getting a little bit more in tune with my own like rhythms, I guess. Catch myself in a bad mood and I start thinking, was I rude to anyone today? Do I need to apologize to anyone? Yeah, I'm not always easy to be around. I try very hard not to be mean, but I'm not always easy to be around when I'm not in a good mood. I end up getting very like blinders on and not thinking about what I'm saying. You know what I found out about me? Watching the team sports, especially the ones I don't know a lot about, it's not good for me. In what way? Like you're really invested, or you're just like frustrated that you don't know what's going on, or oh, when your team is not the best in the world? Yeah, after looking into it, I was kind of glad that I hadn't watched the rest of the Canadian basketball, because apparently they did not end well. One of our players described their final match as being punched in the mouth. So that was a day I could probably afford to not watch. Oh man, and then we had a diver who just barely got squeezed out of a podium spot. She got 4th place, and apparently that is her 3rd Olympics to get 4th place, to just barely not get a medal. And you know, the Olympics only happens every 4 years, or at least a specific type of Olympics. It's just crazy. That would be just so heartbreaking. I watched a bunch of the sprinting, actually. That was so fun. I watched the men's 100-meter finals, and a bunch of the heats leading up to it as well. But it was so funny because at the beginning they're like, let's see what Mr. Lyles does, because he wasn't looking so good earlier. And, you know, this isn't really like his favorite event and whatever. And he talks a big game, and then he comes out pretty badly. Spoilers for the men's 100-meter sprints if you're saving it. Mute me for 30 seconds or so. He comes out pretty badly, and they're like, looking good for other people. And then he just like starts flying and then like squeezes them out at the very end. It was bananas. They also made them wait like an extra minute before they started. I don't know what was going on. They walked them all out, and they've got like the tense music, and they've got the drama, and then like they're just, I guess maybe something wasn't working, or they were trying to get ready for something, but they delayed them for a long time before they let them run. Indoor cycling, good lord. I watched a little bit of that before realizing that I couldn't watch it. It was making me dizzy, and it was making me anxious. Does not start well, he's so fast it doesn't matter. It's just so cool to see them find more speed when they're already running so fast. The women's 200, I think it was either 100 or 200, with Gabrielle Thomas, was like also incredible to watch.
I wouldn't call this particular.
It's fun to watch people run really fast. It's fun to watch them run, and then like the graphic will show you how fast they went, and then you think about like, I don't know, car speed limits, and then you just imagine yourself driving down a road and then seeing a sprinter just like, I understand that's not what they're doing, but like it's just kind of fun to visualize it that way. Watch any of the equestrian events? No, I tried for a second and then I dipped right out. Just not my thing. Some cross the finish line at 80 kilometers an hour. Yeah. I watched a little bit, not at the Olympics, but before that, I was trying to watch a Tour de France Unchained. It was like a cycling documentary about the Tour de France. And the injuries were so gruesome that I had to dip out of it. It's just, like, all sports are kind of dangerous, but that one was just so dangerous that, like, I couldn't keep watching it. Equestrian is the first thing that goes once I take over the IOC. Oh man, you know what I'm excited to watch that's happening in just a couple days? Breaking. Bring out Phil Wizard. We have a Canadian b-boy from Vancouver who dances under the name Phil Wizard that's apparently won some tournaments recently, and he's going to be in the Olympics, and I am dying to watch it. It's going to be so... I don't even know what to expect because I don't know what they're going to do for Olympic breakdancing, but I cannot wait to find out. Go, Phil, go. Deviate delights. There we go. I need to get ahead of the game, and I need to make a mage called Phil Wizard before everybody else does after that event goes live. This is not what I'm meant to be doing right now. Oh, it's over, I guess. You should do that right now. I'm not particularly the kind of person to actually name a character after a real person. I don't personally know Phil Wizard, and I don't want to give him a chance to let me down. But I'm rooting for him. Might already be too late. Supposedly he didn't even choose the name. He was just from the Wizard's crew, and they started introducing him as Phil Wizard, and he was like, alright, guess that's my name now. But, you watched The Swimmer? Yeah, she's very good. I watched a bunch of her races. That was very cool. Name him Philip Wizard to give you plausible deniability. What else was I watching? I mean, I know I've seen a lot of it, but Diving was fun. Oh, something... A little bit of skateboarding. Something was coming to mind, but I can't remember what. I got plate shoulders, but I had them already. I feel like we're doing quite well in terms of just farming currency, though. It's coming... I mean, they didn't buff it at all. It's still 200 memories per mini event, and then 1,400 for the main event. And then 3k for each daily for each zone. But... it seems to be coming together. Speed climbing. Yeah, speed climbing's crazy. Speed climbing frightens me a little bit because it's like human beings moving vertically up a... How tall is that wall? Hang on, I can find out. How tall are speed climbing walls? 15 meters high. And they're flying up it like a spider that I've frightened. You know, like, it's just crazy. In like 5 seconds. 5-degree incline. Bananas. Oh, man. The speed, the bouldering was very cool. I was watching the women's. I felt so bad. The first athlete that came out was a South African climber that was just having the worst day. She didn't score on any of the problems. And she had to keep coming out and trying the next one, and she wouldn't score on that either. Like, she just couldn't quite get it started for whatever reason. I don't know what was going on, but, like, I felt so bad for her because that looked so, like, she was in a really good sport. She seemed to be in an all right spirits, but, like, oh, man. That would be so crushing. Because then, of course, while you're climbing a problem, somebody else comes out behind you. They're working on the one that you just failed, and you see them just, like, zipping right up it. Oh, brutal. No time for Lich King like if he dies so quickly. Events bosses go much faster now. Did they tune their health again? I haven't looked at Wowhead in a couple of days. They nerfed the health, yeah? Awesome. That's excellent. Hi, kitty cat. Hi, sweetie pie. How you doing? How you feeling? You good? Hi. They did it for sure. Mini bosses too? Neat. Excellent. Are you alright? I'm kind of curious. I've heard that doing this leveling, you can do this leveling from 10 up. I've heard that if you're sub 60, sometimes things scale in a way that is not friendly to you. And I'm curious as to how fast leveling is, because people talk about getting, like, you know, a good chunk of a level for every event, like the little mini ones that you do. But if you're like level 10, I don't know. We'll have to give it a try today. I suppose I'll make a shaman, or I'll take Krabby. Krabby's already been made. She's ready for this. We can resto loot spec Krabby and bring her out here and see if we can maybe get some of the recruit shields. You could just try it on Philip. Doesn't feel good fighting Hogger for 8 minutes. 10-minute boss fights were a bit much. The Lich King was just crazy. It was so silly. Memories of King Gordok? Low-level players just need to tag mobs and let others kill them. Sure she wanted to do better. Reality was that her result was expected. Oh, okay. I didn't know anything about the history of that athlete, so I guess that helps a little bit. If you're out of Chromie time, think it's better. Notice the difference. I'd imagine that you'll find more max level characters out of Chromie time to at least help you kill stuff, if nothing else. Got the 71 day, was able to buy all the bags and the mount. Your gear does not scale as fast as the mobs. Okay, we'll have to mess with it. Because we can move the currency around, so it's not like we're wasting time farming currency in a different character. We're still earning progress towards all these things. Yeah, these single boss events are much better now. Do you think they'll ever give us single boss world quests back? I miss those. Oh, yes. I got a weapon. I got the dollar and defender's wand. Pretty. I never monk once, but whatever. It's another appearance. It must have been valuable. Yeah, we're down to 104k. We're really getting there. Here, 953. Let's just kind of take her back to Dalaran for the moment. We'll stick some of this gear in the bank. This is the best Canada has ever done in the Summer Olympics. That's neat. I don't know if I knew that. I haven't been watching a lot of like the main broadcast where the desk anchors like break it down for you. I've been mainly just kind of dipping into the individual events. And sometimes the anchors will break it down for you, and sometimes they're just like, somebody new takes to the stage. Does Canada have lots of European roots? Canada is a former British colony. I mean, I guess we're kind of a current British colony. I'm not. I don't know. We got the Queen. Well, I guess the King on our money now. I would say large parts of Canada can trace roots back to Europe. Not the whole thing, certainly. What are we doing? We're depositing into the Warband Bank. Warband items. So that does pet charms. I do want to pull these out. I don't want to keep those in there. I definitely don't want to keep those in there. The gear I want to make sure is all like Dalaran Defenders gear. Or basically just like, yeah, the 40 stuff. So that's good. That's how much Warband gear I have right now. I want to see wands used as wands, but I know most players don't want that. Okay.
Be careful.
Be careful. Norway dude crushed it. It was only 22. So I will bring her back. Click off these costumes. She can go hang out back here so she can get to the next one when, you know, in a couple more minutes. I guess it's kind of an awkward time to try it on I wish wands didn't auto shoot. Yeah, I would like to see wands be moggable for like one-handers, daggers, maces, that kind of thing. Spell swords. So, shamans. Leveling shamans. I have this one. She's level 13 already, so that's a good start. Her name is Krabby. She is my Flabby knockoff. I was trying to come up with, I don't think Flabby would wear this, to be honest with you. She's an enhancement shaman, but if we loot spec or resto. Yes, just enter. That's fine. Quite hard to do this stuff on solo on leveling characters. Okay. Able to buy Ponzo's cat. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Enhance, so I don't think it really matters if it's Resto or Ellie. Either of them should be able to use caster shields, right? Stormwind? Sure, yeah, send me the Stormwind. And then I want to... Oh yeah, I guess I can't fly, can I? Oops. I wanted to go scoot over to Chromie time here for a second. Can I water walk? No. Well, 33! Don't mind me. I just want to make sure that Chromie time is off. I can fly? At level 13? I don't think so. I think you have to get to at least 20. I can fly at level 13? No one told me this. Or maybe lots of people told me this and I just didn't remember. Since when? Skyriding is now 10. Oh. Why am I not happy about that? Am I just old and cranky and I'm like, back in my day, you had to ride a ground mount around for X amount of levels. Weird, alright. Okay, so we're not in any Chromie time right now. So that's fine. How did you miss this? You are on Krabby. I am on Krabby, that's true. I'm trying to restrain my own crabbiness from being crabby. Okay, so Dalaran. Toy box. I guess she needs a flying mount, eh? Ugh, hang on. Level 40 for the slow mount. That's how it was in my day. Alright, just give me a minute. Just let me try this my way. Yeah. Alright. They won't let me go through that one. I still can't believe you can just skyride at level 10. There's really no space in leveling at all for ground mounts then. That's a mage. Why is it here? Alright. Don't ask questions. Follow-up question that I'm gonna just deal with myself. Once you've come here, you still can't do that. Let me go talk to the innkeeper and see if that helps. That used to fix it. Used to be able to scoot in specifically here. And it was kind of an intermediary measure though.
Hello.
Who was it that you would talk to? Might have been her.
Hey there. Safe travels.
No, still doesn't work. Okay. Well, I'm just going to set this as my hearth in the meantime. Later me problem. Because I don't really want to do the intro quests. But we'll see. It is 10 o'clock on the dot. So I should be able to pick up a lovely daily quest in whatever the next zone is. Give it a try here. Have a little look-see. Hello, Khadgar. Also, Amy Star A, thank you for the 21-month resub. Hi, Hazel. Hello. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday.
It is a world of wonder. Remain vigilant. Always happy to help.
Nice that they label these. Dragonblight. Hopefully this is better now.
Stay your arms.
This has been consistently the laggiest one. And then we pick up our daily,
Courage is our greatest weapon.
which is going to give me a little tiny bit of experience. I guess that's not where the big experience is from. And then in the meantime, let's go see how this goes. Any tips on how to get better with rotations? Want to play Enhancement Shaman, has so many buttons. Add-on that simplifies what buttons to push. You're looking for something like Hakili, which will basically give you on your screen like a graphic that indicates what you're... Oh, hey, I just got some recruits' shoulders that I did not have yet. Neat. Very nice. That one's done. And let's do Argent Trials here. Didn't even have to tag anything. I just had to show up. What do you mean by collecting pre-patch appearances? There are several armor sets and a batch of weapons that you can get for pre-patch event currency. They're also the catch-up gear. The catch-up gear has appearances, and then there's a few more appearances that are only from doing the event on a low-level character, like a sub 70, the recruit gear. So right now I have a level 13 shaman. I guess I ought to change my loot spec to Ellie or Resto. Let's do Ellie here. Odd cloaks. Shield is cool. Yeah. How to do the Legion opening quest line each of my alts. Before the pre-patch, it didn't have that problem. That's also what I felt. I felt like either I didn't have that problem and they could all go, or if I just got there from some other means and I talked to the innkeeper, that it would activate my toy and make it usable. So it does feel like it's gotten worse. Big fan of the one-handed axe. Such a cool shape. You get item by being there. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to know that you don't even technically have to tag stuff if you don't want to. You can just kind of like stay out of trouble, and assuming that your shard has enough people on it. If you care, if you play Hearthstone, you can get a free golden pack if you go in the shop. I love Hearthstone, but I am a Battlegrounds kind of player. I haven't played regular Hearthstone in ages. So that put me to level 14. We got Feral Lunge. And let's go back to Champion's Call. Are you going to lock experience or just level more? I have no intentions of locking experience. I'm only level 14. I think I've got some time here. Didn't know that I could do the pre-patch events in a sub 70 to get different looks. Trial of style. Here I go.
We are all haunted by the memories of
Yeah, WoW had put out an article at some point that had a list of the stuff you could get. I don't know if it was comprehensive or not. So yeah, that's a pretty good experience just for tagging those things. I wanted to... Oh, that's right. Put I need to take Farsight off the bar. Only play Wild Hearthstone. Can't keep up with the new expansions and decks. I like Battlegrounds a lot because I don't need to worry about having a collection at all. I do buy the BG pass, sometimes with balance and sometimes just with money to get 4 hero choices instead of 2, but I like BGs a lot. Not Farsight. Fast level ults in the event? I'm gonna find out. It seems people have told me it's very good. People have told me they're able to level like a fresh character fully to 70 within the space of an hour or 2. I started at 13. We've been here for what feels like 30 seconds and I'm 15, so that's a good sign. My favorite spell. Are you excited about trinkets and BGs? I hadn't heard of it yet. I'm a bit behind in the news, I think. But I am always happy to hear them trying new things, because most of the new things that they've tried in Battlegrounds, like quests and buddies, I've found them to be very fun. I've enjoyed the different versions of the game. BG Hearthstone just feels so much more chill for some reason. I'm gonna close that one. Sad they got rid of the deck builder mode. Did they? Was it arena? I know they have a bajillion modes of the place. I just clicked past all of them to get to my BGs. Hello. How you doing? Although I don't know if I would have gotten into Battlegrounds the first time if it hadn't been for my friends getting into it at the same time. I think I wouldn't have had the patience to like learn what was going on if I was playing it entirely on my own. Duels. They still have arena. Okay. That's good. I think. Every now and then there's some kind of a promotion that gives me a free arena pass and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Every now and then they like open my packs for me because I leave them so unopened. They're like, hey, you forgot to pick these things up. Or maybe it's like things on the reward track that I didn't claim. If it's not for BGs, I usually don't bother. Hi. How you doing? You look very pretty this morning. How long 0 to 70? So you can start it at level 10. So if you made a character that started at 1, you would need to get them to 10, which not too big of a commitment. Half an hour. Oh, random piece of champion gear. Oh, neat. You can get like endgame gear even when you're only level like 15. And I needed the appearance, so that's nice. So I'll have one thing for her to wear. That's kind of cool. I wasn't sure if that stuff would drop, so that's nice. How about 10 to 70? I'm only level 15, so I haven't fully run it yet. I'm trying it out for myself. I've heard wildly varying accounts. Some people say it's like an hour or two. Some people say it's like an afternoon. I don't think I've heard anybody say it takes more than like 6 hours. I think it's less than that. I think it's pretty fast. But Remix is so crazy fast for a new character that unless you want to play it in the pre-patch, you're still probably better off Remix speed leveling. Also have so many unopened packs as a Battlegrounds player. I wish they let me like trade them for skins. I would vaporize them for BG skins, but they don't have any incentive to let me do that. So this doesn't really give me anything, but I could get it out of my quest log.
We will defend Azeroth together.
Here, let's take a look together at what WoW had said for the recruit set, because I know exactly. I don't know anything that you don't know. I probably know less than you guys. So let's do some reading together. WoW had Radiant Echoes Recruit. See if we can find this article. They posted something. So there's 2 articles here. Let's look at them one at a time here. First of all, shield and offhand transmogs only drop for low-level characters from Radiant Echoes. Most of the recruit gear that drops from Radiant Echoes resembles gear transmogs obtainable from Exile's Reach. 3 pieces in specific are either entirely new or a return of a piece that was very hard to obtain. They can rarely drop from completing objectives, killing the final boss. So there's Alliance and Horde symbol-themed shields. Earning one of the shields will teach both appearances. There is an Alliance and a Horde version. And then this is an offhand frill, the Recruit Sturdy Tome. So it is beige, glowy, any character that can loot an offhand. Only the Horde version has this appearance, but looting an offhand on an Alliance character should give you the Horde appearance as well. And then the second article showed the cloaks. We've learned that the Recruit's sturdy back pieces also share models with previously removed transmogs. They share models with the Argent Conscript cloak pieces. Oh, I wonder if I have them already. They are part of the sets purchasable from the Shadowlands pre-patch event. And they became unavailable with the launch of Shadowlands, right. 2 Alliance, 3 Horde cloaks that are temporarily obtainable with Radiant Echoes. Only characters below level 70 can obtain recruit gear. You could lock experience if you wanted to. Obtaining one version will teach you the model for both factions, so you don't need to grind them twice. And the recruit gear binds on pickup. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to, well, first of all, I want to see if I can make it to Jiraxis. Probably not. Probably can't make it in time. With all the things, do I have all the things enabled? That's an important thing to check. Because I wonder, I might have those cloaks already because I did play the Shadowlands pre-patch event, and I feel like I may have gotten all the transmog off the vendors. It sounds like something I would do. I don't know if I did it, but it's worth a look.
Another will take my place. Your world.
Not sure why they stealth added these, didn't mention them. Yeah, it's... I also feel like that is frustrating. It reminds me of the Remix weapon debacle. It's either unintentional or it's intentional, and that's just what they're doing now, but it is weird. It feels counter to the intent of the rest of the stuff. All the things. So, pre-launch. Oh, man, I don't have them. Crackers. I'm also apparently missing some of the stuff that is just from Exile's Reach. So, you know, no shade there. And then there's the shield. So, I am Ellie loot spec on this particular character. And we should have a chance to get all of those various things. Tadpoles in the mountains.
It's fascinating how strong.
How is it they were able to fly at such a low level? Thank you. I found out, like half an hour ago that you can dragon ride at level 10, you can sky ride at level 10, and I was flabbergasted. And I feel validated. Apparently you can do that now. It was news to me too. Turned XP off in the event and plate cloth characters to farm to recruit appearances. Any recommendations for what to do right now as a player coming back after 2 years? The Radiant Echoes event is a great place to start. It'll give you catch-up gear that you can wear to get yourself leveling in the War Within. And there's a couple of things to collect as well. It's very straightforward. It's not hard to learn. How did I not get any more? Oh no, there we go. There's the 200 memories. We're level 16 now. The cloaks seem like a tougher drop than the rest. Okay. I'm using all the things to check on appearances that I'm missing. The items that you can get before 70 are drops. They are not available on the vendor. They must drop from either doing these mini events or from the boss.
We overcame this once, and we will once more.
Check out the Dragon House if you haven't. Oh, one more. It is kind of fun pretending to be an enhancement shaman for like a second. Here we can put a flame tongue on our weapon. It's important. Look at me, I'm flabby. I'm hard casting chain lightning. That's what you're supposed to do, right? What is this button? Sky Fury. Oh, it's the raid buff. I forgot they got a raid buff. So funny. Argent Trials are back up. Nice to see you again. Might actually get a chance to play WoW this weekend finally. Nice. Got anything on your WoW to-do list? Hope you have some time to relax, rejuvenate, take some nice naps if you need them. DKs are the only class without one now. And I feel like DKs can always get into raids because they're like, there's so many fights where they're so useful to gather up ads. There's a few in the new raid as well where doing it with or without a DK is just a wildly different experience. Gonna take my 3 mil gold I have to buy the epic version of the War Within. Nice. Getting my shaman level to 70. Cool. I'm doing alright, thank you. Daphne from the Mop Remix 1 to 70 with you. Welcome to my stream. I'm glad I hope it worked for you. I'm Hazel. I stream 5 days a week. We mainly just talk with chat and farm things, depending on what's going on. And sometimes there's a cat. She's on my lap right now. Also, I did not close my curtains. It is very bright in here. I guess I can probably turn off some of my lights in the meantime to like balance it out a little bit. I have a more natural light than I was banking on. We mainly exist, as Scarlet would say, yeah. More or less. We do just fine. I feel like so many things happen to my days off that I haven't even gone over them all, but I guess if I can't think of them, they must not have happened. Well, there we go. This is pretty fast. We're up to 17. I do think that if I keep playing this character and I just end up 70 before I get at least the shields in the offhand, I don't know if the cloaks are going to keep me up at night. We'll see. Then I guess it's a good sign that I should level something else. If I can get the shields in the offhand, though, that would be great because then any other character that I want to level could be eligible for the cloaks. Anybody could get those. So I could level that hunter that I made. I could level Wormbin. I have a Death Knight named Wormbin who's never been leveled. I could basically just go through all the names that I have reserved, and I thought I was done leveling at the end of Remix, but I guess not. Also, I'm not lagging and I'm fighting the Lich King. Hallelujah. Who's Krabby? Can you give me the backstory, please? So Flabby and I were going to make swapped characters and level them together at one point. Sometimes we say we're going to level characters and then we get it through one day of doing it and then we never do it again. So this time around we were going to make swapped characters. So I made an enhancement shaman. I named it Krabby. And he made a priest. And I forget what his priest was named. But basically the idea was that we were going to play each other's classes. Cloak seems hardest to get. Yeah. Love the stuffy collection. Ambience of the lights. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like the stuffies too. Although I've had to defend them from my puppy recently. He's just very curious, you know. He wants to know if they're for him, and then and then if one of the stuffies isn't for him, he's like, well, what about this one? Can I have this one? And he can't have any of them because he would eat them. Not just chew them, eat them. He would consume them as food, and that's not what you want. All right, we got a weapon. Talent points here. Yeah, now that the zone isn't lagging, this is great. This is fine. I'm happy with this. Also, the other thing I want to do is I want to track this currency on my backpack, put it on my bags, and it'll be nice. I can, whenever I do decide I'm done with leveling this character, I can just pull all that currency to Inksy and then see what else she needs to buy. Lich King, when it was lagging, is like server hungers. Works nicely that Transmog is free this week. I think Krabby might need a new set. I don't know if the bikini top is working for me right now. I feel like it's a little cold for the metal. She might want to wear something else. I must have some fun sets. Flabby Mogs are known for being wacky. Not usually completely set based. Usually they're mixed and matched a bit. I haven't actually worn the Storm Rider set on pretty much anybody. Those are racing silks. We unlocked a bunch of colors of them. These are kind of cool. But I don't know if that's what I'm doing. Probably not. Oh, I can start it. I don't know if I can finish it, but I can start it. Maybe. Maybe not. Where do you buy the yak? Kunlai Summit somewhere. Grand Expedition Yak is what it's called. Uncle, you can buy it from Uncle Big Pocket. It's 120,000 gold and worth every penny because it's a repair mount. It's a transmog mount. Couldn't live without it. Strongly recommend. Currency transfer is the best. It's so easy now. Yeah, I think this one might be a little broken. I'm just going to leave my character here for a minute and I'm going to take a short break. BRB. Here's a little key kit here. Here, hang on. Let's tag Jiraxis. And then... Hi. Excuse me. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. My hands are cold. Oh, JG, I'm so sorry about the day. That sucks. That's an awful day. Off for 2 days now, definitely will be better. I hope you get a good rest. All right, how are we doing here? I only got 25 bonus memories from that. I wonder if it knows that I phoned it in. Game's like, you didn't really try there. You could do more damage than that. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks, Ben. Right back at you. So far, we're doing all right. I slept in a little bit, not too much. And even though I was really tired, I got myself to do at least like a modified version of my yoga practice before I started, which is great, so I don't have to do it later in the day. We're feeling a little sore, I'm not gonna lie. But energy's all right. I think we might have a chance at keeping it together today. Also, I don't know where I'm going. Webbed Crusaders, maybe.
Here we go again. Quite literally.
Uh-oh. I don't know if I should have pulled Elite Mom. Whoopsies. 3D neck is better to level than time running. It is not necessarily faster, although it is fast, but it offers... Like, you can level while also getting this currency that you might want if you need residual memories to get, if you want to get, like, all the transmog or just more catch-up gear to wear, then you can kind of double dip by leveling and farming it. And also, there are some appearances that you can only get right now from doing this.
What a
Tag it!
To show us.
Stay your arms. Oh, works out. I don't even know if you need to tag it. You just need to be there, but that begs the question of what happened with Jiraxis. Single kills hit or miss on the memories for me. Sometimes 200, sometimes only 25. Seems a bit wonky. It should be 200, but who knows? Because that one I got there at the very last second, and it gave me a proper 200, so it can't be to do with the time that you're there. I feel like maybe it's just functioning a little inconsistent. Here you go. Oh, level 19. I still can't believe you can fly at 10. It's just so crazy. Who knew closet decluttering was so hard? Trying to downsize, only keep what's comfy and practical to wear, and it's been a challenge. Yeah, it's always a bigger project than you think. It's amazing how much stuff one closet can just, like, produce when you actually pull it all out and try to come to grips with it. I did a couple of my kitchen drawers recently. I was like, I've had enough. This drawer barely closes. It is a junk drawer. It is filled with junk. I'm over it. And I did that thing where you, like, take everything out and you get rid of the stuff that you're holding onto that you don't need. And I had like a toothpick apocalypse going on in there that I found a bunch of toothpicks I could, like, throw out, and then some more that I could, like, kind of repair their box because the box is falling apart. So I, like, used some tape and I, like, fixed the box, and same thing with the one that holds, like, the plastic wrap. So doing a little better. I found batteries I didn't even know I had. I thought I was out of AA batteries, and I am not. Excited for my characters to be free from remix. Want to try a ton of Warlock things, like unlocking demon customizations. Nice. I don't even know what you do to unlock demon customizations. I have a few, but I think I just have the default ones that they give you as a freebie. Of course I want green fire. Of course. I'm kind of enjoying how straightforward the event is. Later on I'm gonna have to learn things, but for right now I can just fly in laps and it's nice. So I got 225 that time. That's good. Our talent points are kind of getting away from us. Maybe we can take some time and spend a few of them.
Stay your arms. I yield. I remember this one.
Oh, see, I got 200 from that. I didn't touch anything. I just rolled up at the last second, so who knows. Lich King Tug. Some of it is neat stuff, like going into New Karazhan. Oh. Interesting. I haven't spent a ton of time on Warlock. I have a few of them, but I haven't, like, really dug into it in an expansion or so. The most Warlock I played was Hardcore Classic. That was fun. What do we want here? Passives. Passives good. Less spells, more passives. Yeah, I'm leveling here. I'm not trying to actually learn anything. Have you tried the recent time walking dungeons? Bit excessively difficult. I have not tried them. And I don't know if I'm gonna, actually. I think I'm set for time walking for a while. Level my shaman 50 to 70. Forgot to spend any talent points the whole time. New bike mounts for warlocks. Looks sick. How are you enjoying enhancement? Meaning rest and warp within. It's fun, but I'm just pressing like three and a half buttons here. I don't know if I'm actually doing anything. I don't even know if Lava Burst is relevant. I need Flabby on speed dial just to tell me about the stuff, but it also doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm leveling it to be good. It's just I'm hoping for shield and offhand drops. Did you watch the new WoW movie on YouTube? No, I haven't seen it. Bike mounts for warlocks. I also don't think I know what that means. Bike mounts for warlocks. They did apparently size down the health pools for the Radiant bosses. It is faster than it was yesterday. The mini bosses and the big bosses die in a more reasonable frame of time now. Yeah. I saw your honeyback harvester guide back in BFA, and to this day I still farm the occasional royal jelly. Donate them to friends or random people who are farming. Well, that's really nice of you. Once in a blue moon, I think of doing it again just to sell it. Also, don't mind me. Oh, did I? Oh no, there's more. Okay. I was worried that I'd cheated myself of the actual currency for doing this because I got impatient. I left early. I thought it was over. Thank the Titans. Lich King and Hogger being the major aggressors. Hogger, I think, also has like that absorb shield that you need to do like the quests, and I still don't fully understand that. I know you can kill other enemies, but then what is a question that I have not answered. And then the Lich King was especially bad because of the lag. I think also his health and stuff, but it was hard when everybody was like lagging, and it seems better today. I feel like I pretty much never need to actually do the other ones. Maybe occasionally. Can low-level characters farm gear they can't use like the 70s? So if you're sub 70, basically no. A low-level character seems like they're only getting gear that they can use. They're getting recruits gear instead of dollar run defenders gear. If they do get a dollar run defenders item from those champion caches, it's for your class. But there are a couple of items that you can only get when you are farming the low-level stuff. There are 3 cloak appearances that were previously from the Shadowlands prepatch event. And then there are a couple of shields and offhands. If you get a shield and an offhand, then you're set. Champion gear appears to be once a week. I got one on my priest earlier, and then I got one on my shaman today, so it doesn't seem to be warband wide. Maybe it's once weekly per character. Someone was very upset at folks in my shard yesterday about doing Hogger wrong. It was not helpful. Yeah. That kind of energy is never good. Especially when it's like not, I don't know. It wasn't wildly obvious to me how it should be done. I remember vaguely related. I remember also, this is awful. In Shadowlands, the slime pools were a real hotspot for that kind of, those kind of feelings. Because people would be just rolling through doing their quest. They wouldn't know anything about which colors are like the right colors to summon a specific thing, or even if they knew, maybe they don't have an investment in summoning that one. So they just kind of throw in a slime of whatever color is closest to them, and then there's a bunch of people that are like murderously angry because they've been working for 25 minutes to try to get a specific boss to spawn so that they can farm a specific mount or pet. And one person doing their quest just like ruined it. So people used to get all kinds of heat for being like, whoa, it said to put a slime in the pool. What do you mean? You know, like, especially because the ratios for summoning the different things were not widely understood. Like, farmers and collectors knew it, but your average person through the zone was not going to have a good grasp on keep these 2 numbers even and then this number above them. Just like fun event content? Yeah. I don't think anybody's here to try to game too hard. Lucky to get the mount from like the 2nd kill. Yeah. I have that mount and I'm happy I do, because that's not a fun grind. It's good. It's better to do it with a friend. If you can have somebody else log on with you, it's way easier to summon things with 2 people than 1. But even then, somebody passing through can absolutely kind of grief it, intentionally or otherwise. Still a thing I farm late at night? Yeah. Cockers for gamers only? I don't see any big reason for me to upgrade the Garrosh Heirloom gear. I honestly am not really wearing it. So we're at level 21. My played time isn't going to be a terribly accurate understanding of how long it's taken to level, because even though I started her at 13, I feel like I was just logged in for a while on her hanging out.
It seems Azeroth has no need for historical records.
But yeah, I have fully upgraded weapons for basically every spec. The Garrosh ones, maybe they do more damage or something, but I've never really struggled with damage on my heirloom weapons, so I feel like I'm kind of good with the ones that I already have. Someone was tracking how fast I leveled. 1 level per 4 minutes. For the endgame levels where it normally slows down, I feel like that's super worth. And I guess it is still for these lower levels. I don't know. I haven't tried, like, quest leveling. So no tadpoles. Argent trials. It is nice that you can fly around. I was a bit worried about having to run on the ground to try to get to these events. But you don't have to run, you can fly. Why do I need the heirloom map toys with the warband one? I don't think you do. I think that they are basically obsolete now. Wish they'd make it so we could instant switch between Skywriting and Classic Flying. Yeah, the cast time's a bit much. Or, you know, let you designate a mount or two to be of the opposite style so that you can switch between them just by mounting up on a different mount like we had been able to previously. But I don't know if they're going to cave on that one. It's gonna feel so different starting an expansion from the beginning with all of these warband changes. Like feeling like you only need to get each flight path once and feeling like you only really need to do each quest if you want to. One time. Assuming that the collecting works the way that we want it to anyway. Which it might not, we'll see. 4 ults from 60 to 70 just with Becca's. Every time I look over, you're killing Jiraxis. Yeah. There's 3 specific events that I prioritize when I'm farming Dragonblight. Trials of the Argent, Jiraxis is one of them. In the Mountains with Thorim in the middle is the other one. And then Champion's Call over on the east side is the third one, because those are the 3 kind of like boss-based, super easy events that you can do in Dragonblight. And now that the bosses don't take forever anymore, they seem like the fastest ones and the safest ones for a low-level character to do. Trifling gnome. How will this affect leveling alts?
Here we go again. Quite literally.
With so little value to be gained from them, will it be more tedious? I don't know if I fully understand. I think they've done a quite good job of both making it so that your alts can share things so you don't feel punished for playing alts without making it feel like you must have lots of alts in order to play this game properly. It's kind of like a middle ground that's hard to hit that I feel like warband changes do a good job of. You know, there's a lot of benefits for people that have a lot of alts, but you can also get more done with just one character if you want. Never understood why Airtar gets so tall. It's all they don't talk about it much, but they're big on vegetables. Does the Legion make you tall? Nice mount you got. Oh, I thank you. I love that one. I'm happy at dragon rides or sky rides. They ate too many beets, that's why they're red. Yeah. It's true that there's not as big of an incentive to do the same content over and over again on different alts. I just think it's a good thing. I think that there's lots of other things that might motivate you to make and level an alt. And there's different paths to leveling alts too. Nothing says that you have to quest with them. Had those already. What do you think of taking the Final Fantasy XIV approach of having one main character to have all classes on? If you make an alt, you can do everything you want again, leveling all classes. I wouldn't want it for WoW. I like being able to multi-spec on a given class, but maybe it's old-fashioned of me, but I've gotten very used to the one class and two professions for each character. For me, it helps kind of give them an identity. I want that character to have some of their own personality and energy and not just be like an avatar for me to do a million things on. Oh, this mount. This is a TCG mount. I bought it for gold on the auction house a long time ago, back in Warlords of Draenor. I don't remember how much I spent for it, but this one might have been close to $1 million back then. They're worth more now. It's one of the rarer mounts. Yeah. Hero talents, Blizzard understands class identity is important. Yeah.
These echoes must be
Yeah, I agree. I love character creation. I love that moment of being like, I'm gonna play something new. What are they? Which race are they? You know, what spec am I gonna level as? What do I want to dress them up as? And what kind of hunter pets am I gonna tame if I'm doing hunter pets? This isn't a great place for me to be. These 4 events are not the finest ones for my character. I'm basically just kind of poking around to see what other people happen to be doing. I love the idea of having everything in one character. Gives me more closeness to my character. Don't know how to explain. I think that makes lots of sense. I guess I just like that if I am going to have one main, I like the idea of being a specialist in one class. I like the idea of being, oh, I'm a priest player, and having, like, getting a little bit of identity from that. What to do without getting myself into trouble? Burn people. Get that. But hit the point of having one max level in each class for the first time. Probably still make new alts because the low level experience is usually my favorite part. Yeah. Yeah, having max level characters has never stopped me from making more of the same class. I have an egregious amount of priests and hunters. And oddly enough, druids as well. I tend to make a lot of druids. I'm leveling a new hunter. The 4 that I had weren't good enough for me. I wanted another one, and we're leveling it. If I get the shield and offhand on this character, then I'll bring the hunter out to level in this event. Argent. What would you do if they made warband stables? Not much. I don't think. Oh, in the mountains.
no time for
Although I wonder if people are doing Jiraxxus before Thorm. I like taming new pets for each hunter. It kind of feels like part of their journey. Even if it's like the same animal type, I get like a different appearance. On the hunter that I just made, I actually just tamed one of the modeled lightsabers from the very starting zone. I named it Kyria because it's kind of like Kira. Nice kitty cat. I would like to be able to share Spirit Beast though. I don't want to have like... I don't really grind Spirit Beast that much anymore because I know that I haven't stuck to a hunter for a long time. If this new one lasts me like a whole expansion, then maybe I'll look into getting her like a cool Spirit Beast and not just like a gimme one. But yeah, I've done quite a few Spirit Beasts over the years, and I never end up keeping the hunter or playing it long term.
Trifling gnome, you face your arrogance will be your own lord of the burning legion.
Remember Hati? Yeah. People like that a lot. I didn't connect with Hati because I prefer for my own hunters to pick out a pet and pick out a name and have a lot of ownership in the combination. And Hati kind of having its own story already and having its name already made me not connect with it. It wasn't a bad thing. It was, a lot of people really liked it. I think they should, it's a good idea for them to do. It just wasn't my bag. If I'm going to be connected to something that I'm playing in WoW, I need a lot of authorship in it. I need a lot of ownership over it. If I feel like I'm playing something that was somebody else's idea, I don't really connect with it the same way. I'm the same way in RPGs. If I'm playing, like, I am much more likely to play a role-playing game where I can create my own character and name them, as opposed to something like a Zelda game where you are Link, or you're playing Lara Croft, and guess what? You're Lara. You're playing The Witcher. You don't, like, maybe there's different characters that you can play at different points in the game, but they're existing characters with their own stories and their own personalities, and I'm not here for it. It's great, it's just not for me. Like being weak at first and then getting powerful? Progressing your DK into Legion changes your death gate to Legion Actress basically forever. Yeah, I'm glad I started farming these appearances early while I still need a bunch of currency. Because it would be kind of a bummer if I had finished getting all of the sets off the original vendor, and then I was trying to grind out the recruit stuff, and I was getting all these echoes that I didn't need anymore, so this is good. I still need somewhere in the neighborhood of like 100k. Maybe 80k, actually. Echoes just in general to buy out the rest of the appearances that I don't have from the regular vendors, so this is good. Oh, man. My legs feel like somebody has filled them with sand. I don't know if it's my favorite. It's alright. I guess it means I'm using them, but oh man, every time I stand up I feel like 100 years old. Original main was a druid, and these days she just levels to stay in the mix. In Warlock because it's more fun. No cloak drops, and I'm gonna be done with the vendor today. Oh no! Oh, I wonder if that's gonna happen to me. I might not need to farm on Inksy anymore. I might, like, between doing this and then maybe getting another character or two leveled. I'm not gonna lock any experience. I'm just gonna, I have enough characters to level that I don't think I should lock experience. Sometimes you just want to hide in your sweater until it feels like it's bed. Don't mind me, Dark Hazel. There's Thorin. I wonder if we can, like... Yeah, there we go. That's the stuff. You can always make more alts. Yeah, I guess that's one thing about not being at a character, like, server limit. Must be low drop rate. Yeah. I just buy enormous hoodies for myself. This one actually fits me. This isn't an oversized hoodie. It's just like a relaxed fit woman's sweater, but I'm I buy men's clothing so that I can swim in it on purpose. Be like, this one's mine. But then I also steal my partner's clothes. My sons love wearing my hoodies. Aww. unlucky loot. Pretty happy. What's my played in this character? 2 hours, 9 minutes. I guess I didn't have that much, and then I've been level 24 for 1 minute and 27 seconds. Yeah, we level pretty fast. But I do think getting to 70 from 10, it's certainly doable, but it takes a bit of doing. It's just a lot of levels to get through. Even if you're getting a level per mini event, you still have to do like 70 of them. Or 60, I suppose. Looked at your Instagram for the first time in years. I've been watching your stream. Yeah, I don't take pictures very often. I do post in the story a little bit more. Most of those pictures are very old. When I cared more about trying to be a social media star. You know, back when we used to try. But, yeah, it's a good spot for me to put little videos of my cat and my dog. And, you know, fishing and stuff. Still pretty neato. Shucks. No shark bait. 397 attempts. Holy garbanzo beans. This is crazy.
Stay your arms. I yield.
I was gonna say I haven't died yet, but that's not true. We died once, but that was because I pulled a bunch of stuff that I couldn't handle. Doing the bosses seems fairly safe. In the process of collecting the mounts from the remix thing? Oh, nice. That should keep you busy for a little bit. There's lots of beautiful mounts there. Plus, it's a good time to do them. We only have remix for another how long? 2 weeks? Less than 2 weeks now. Crazy. I don't think I'm getting the rest of the remix appearances. I think we're just gonna have to let those go. I never farmed time rifts. What kind of nightmare am I in for? Time rifts are not the worst thing. Because you'll get the currency, and everything that drops from the event is also available on the vendors for currency. Pretty sure. So it'll, you know, it's a grind, but there's lots of really cool appearances from it. Timers without a lot of other people. Yeah. I mean, as long as you do the end boss, you might not get, like, all the satchels in the middle part, but, like, I don't know. I feel like doing the objectives in the meantime, waiting for the end boss to spawn, is kind of just filling time. It's all about finishing the last boss, and I don't know how hard that is if you're solo. But in endgame gear, or in, you know, War Within gear that we're going to get soon, it should be reasonable. I want to drink, like, 3 big pots of green tea today. I want to just get an enormous pot of green tea at my desk and just have that, just drip it. Intravenously.
Another will take my place.
I want the Heavenly Honest Cloud Serpent because I've already done like 18k attempts in the low end. Oh. Yeah, no, remix is definitely the way to go for that.
It seems Azeroth has no need for historical records.
Oh, I need to do, I guess next time we can do it at 11:30 if I remember. I need to do the Big Dig weekly. Oh, and actually, you know what? There's another thing I can check. Let's take a little break from this for now. This is good for the moment. I wanted to log on to my priest And I wanted to take a quick flyer in the Emerald Dream. Also, I can pull the currency. Kitty, what are you doing over there? That's a weird corner to be in. I'm convinced it had already dropped, accidentally got rid of it, deleted the character it was on. That, even if that was the case, though, you could get another one. I think. Because I've seen people that have 2 of them. I don't think that getting one precludes you from having it drop again. People just usually stop farming after it drops. The remembered yellow and blue thing irks me more as time goes on. Yeah, I'm hoping it's... I might not spend that much time on this mount after the pre-patch event ends. I suppose I could retire it now, but... What do I have in the mail? Yeah. Try to sell a pet. Hi. You want to try and come back up here? I've kind of pretzeled myself a little bit. We were going to Valdrakken. That's right. I like the armor sets a lot. Hi. You want up? We can beat pretzel. Hi, sweetie. Nanny, thank you for the 62-month resub. 62. Thank you for your comfy streams. Thanks for being here. Oh, wait, something happened. Something's up. I don't even know what. Envoy of Winter. Oh, it's just a bunch of rares. I see. So I'm just having a little fly through. Although I suppose I could pretty easily just pick up the quest and do the seed planting. Lego Liz, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. I just wanted to grab this one, just for like a real easy seed bloom.
Farewell.
I don't even know if I've seen this Amalgam of Dreams rare out before. Don't know what's going on with it. Maybe it needs you to sleep or something. I love that name. It's either someone named Elizabeth who loves Lego or a female Lego Lass cosplayer. Lego Elizabeth. How long did it take to get them out? Nervous about starting it? Oh, Lucid Nightmare. It kind of varies. The maze section is the big sticking point. And it varies a lot depending on how either good you are at... I mean, it's a random layout, I think, as well. Or it's not like a guaranteed even layout. So it kind of depends on how well suited you are to it. You can certainly run around randomly and hope to get through, and that's how a lot of people have done it. And if you do that, you're either going to get kind of lucky or medium lucky or very unlucky. And it could end up taking a long time, or it could be over with very quickly. I mapped my maze. I did it on stream. There's like an old stream bot on YouTube that shows the whole thing for me. I mapped it in like Photoshop or something. I like put a grid in there and I was drawing it out as I went. And I think it took me 90 minutes, hour and a half. There are add-ons. I found that they were kind of confusing me more than they were helping. Because one of the annoying things about the Lucid Nightmare maze is that there are invisible like skips to second floor where all of the mapping that you've done so far is no longer relevant. Do you think it helped to map it? It helped me, yes. If I was going to do it again, I would probably just like, if I had graph paper, I would literally do it on my desk with graph paper and a pen. The Photoshop thing was fine, but it was a lot of tabbing around. The add-on, I think, also does that purpose, but for whatever reason, I found the add-on frustrating. I don't remember why. I don't know why I'm killing this rare. I don't know if I need anything from it. I've gotten a bit distracted. But I was basically just going to fly around this area to see if the world quest I needed was active. Because apparently sometimes it won't show unless you're like right on top of it. The add-on didn't help me at all. Graph paper map was the way to go. I'm glad I'm not the only person that had that experience. Makes me feel a little better.
I am told that in the dream, even a lowly fish may learn to fly like a dragon. Investigate this claim at once.
I want that mount. It's pretty. It's so nice, especially now that it can skyride. The horses are so gorgeous skyriding, and it's the only one with like quite that color setup. A few of the other ones are a bit similar to each other. There's like a white and blue one from Reps, and there's a white and blue one from Bastion. And they're just like subtle differences between them, but this one is special. Oh, that's right. Krabby back on the bench already? Listen, it's Krabby with a K. I wanted to take a second to check for the Clause for Concern world clause. Judith, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Plus, we should have a new zone up now. However, appears this is kind of the area. So if we've flown around there and we haven't seen it, then we're not likely to. Man, rares are up so much more in the Emerald Dream compared to Zeralek Caverns. I wish they hadn't changed the Zeralek ones. Alright, it's definitely not up. That's fine. Let me centralize. Pull. Oh, hang on. From Krabby 1819. Here we go. Centralize all of it. We've got 62,000 residual memories of 102,000 that we need. I suppose we can turn in our dream seed thing. The hive mind is the octopus that you needed 5 people to get. Bless my friends. They absolutely carried me through that. I did not really understand the puzzles as we were doing them, and I was lucky to have 4 other people that would tell me exactly where to go and what to do. And even then, we had to troubleshoot because apparently I had my advanced combat log disabled by Leatrix, and I did not understand why I could not see the damage that I had taken in the combat log, which was part of the puzzles. You had to get like take damage and then take the number and do something with it. You don't have to enter the exact number. Does Max? Oh, neat. Wanted to let you know his name, Katzberg, kind of translates to Cat Mountain in German. I thought you would appreciate that. Cat Mountain. It's a mountain of cats. Sure. I'm just buying kind of random pieces of seed bloom mug at this point. Eventually I'll fill out the whole thing. Maybe it's a mountain for cats. What if it's the most impressive cat tree? It's like a 7-tier. Although I wonder if that would be dangerous. Like a wide jungle gym just for cats. cat jungle gym with safety rails. I'm just imagining like you need to get your cat so you can take it like to the vet or something, and your cat's just like 6.5 stories up the cat jungle gym. Like, meow. Absolutely not. Looks like you're wearing a giraffe tie. I'd say I would, but would I? Would I wear a giraffe tie? Who knows? Who knows with me? Let's go get the next daily. So only another 40,000-ish. Even if we don't get any drops, only another 40,000-ish currency needed to finish. Stitches? Hakar stitches. This thing. I wonder if Stitches is working a little better now.
These echoes must be contained.
Make sure my loot spec is still elemental. Be a departure from your regular style. Either way. Yeah, neckties we have not adopted. We haven't been Avril Lavigning terribly hard. I definitely did it in school. I'm pretty sure I had a black and gray diagonal striped necktie. Silk adjacent that I would wear poorly tied around my neck or occasionally as a belt. That was all the rage, was repurposing various items of clothing for things they were not intended for. So yeah, that was the hotness at the time. Bless 2007. Can't really be a punk if you put a fancy knot in your tie. Yeah. Takes away from the effect just a little bit.
We overcame this once, and we will once more.
I can find one thing to fight. Maybe. Yeah. The mat you're on actually does remind me of the Wraith Charger. Yeah, it's a nice one. I don't know if it's very crabby though. I think I just grabbed it to have like a flying mount on her bar. She was riding the motorcycle for a while. That was fun. So you don't get tons of experience from just like killing the mobs individually, like tagging them. Nothing crazy. How does one obtain the chauffeured mount? I believe it is for the heirloom collecting meta achievement. So for getting a certain amount of heirlooms. I don't remember what the amount is. They don't need to be upgraded. You just need to have X amount of unique heirlooms learned. Picked up a Logitech G600 secondhand. Taking me a bit to figure out the keypad bindings. Dalaran at level 10. I also had that problem today. It turned out that, at least for Alliance, there was a portal in Stormwind in the trade district near the old auction house location, or to the right of the new auction house if you're facing it. There must be one in Orgrimmar as well, but I don't know exactly where it is. Or you could do the skip quest, but you don't have to. However, if you want it looks like if you want your Hearthstone to work ever, then you might want to do that quest. I haven't done it yet, and therefore my Dalaran Hearthstone will not work. One in Org, also near the auction house. Good. Good. New auction house? New in relation to the one that's in Classic, at least. But yeah, not terribly new.
We overcame this once, and we will once more.
Yeah, it's in the trade district, just behind the Heroes Call board. Kinley, thank you for the 11-month resub. Appreciate it. Almost at a whole year. My toxic trait is when I see big resubs. Oh yeah, Hikaru is supposedly the dangerous one. My toxic trait is restraining myself from asking people if they regret it. I'll see that somebody's been here for like a year or 2 years or 3 years, and I'm like, are you happy with how you've spent your time? I know that I'm the one putting on this stream and stuff, but like, how you doing? Gotta head out. Good stream. See you. See you, Jeffrey. Oh man, I'm happy to have you guys here with me.
It's fascinating how strong they
Is Rag up yet? No, not yet. 17% more. We can, looks like we're doing this one, though. People joke that the repair NPCs would be the rich folks, but really? Commission on auctions? It's a license to print money. Wasn't that didn't that used to be kind of like an in-game thing with the Goblin auction house, and that the neutral Goblin-run auction house charged crazy auction house fees and markups because the Goblins had a monopoly on interfaction trading? Parody, thank you for the 41-month resub. Using this to say, I have made core hilarious memories in this 41 months. Aww. Shucks. What if we did regret it? Then that would be okay too. Sometimes in life, you have regrets. It's how you make peace with them that matters. Are we leveling the 100 today? It's not looking like it. My plan was, if in the course of farming this event, I get the shield and the offhand to drop for this shaman, playing enhanced but currently loot spec elemental, then I was going to switch to that hunter and then level her in this event to try to get the remaining cloaks. But I'm starting to think that just maybe no one's doing Morn Brew. Oh, Hogger's up, but I think maybe, yeah, it's Ragnar's time. I'm starting to think that maybe it's not so easy to just get the shield and the offhand. Regret not subbing earlier, that's about it. Remember watching you since your first baking stream. Just got access to funds a year ago. Wish I'd discovered the stream earlier, only found it at Dragonflight launch. Wow. We really have been doing, I mean, we didn't always stream 5 days a week. I know we did 6 days a week for a while, but for years before that, it was twice a week, and they were only 90 minutes each. I would stream like Tuesday, Friday, an hour and a half in the morning on Tuesday, and an hour and a half in the evening on Friday, because I was like, I'm a YouTuber. Streaming is just for fun. And I was very much in that like medium form like content mindset. I didn't really feel like I had enough to stream 5 days a week, but I'm really glad I do. It's a nice easy part of my routine. I've never felt like, oh man, I don't think I can stream today. Sometimes I'm streaming, and if I'm having like a really like emotionally hard day, sometimes I'll be like, oh man, it's hard to just like keep it up within a given stream, but turning it on is never hard. And as somebody that has a really hard time starting things and being consistent with stuff, that's like really huge for me. But this is so nice because it's something that's consistent, and I get to chat with you guys, and it's also not too hard. You know, we're not really sweating much here. We're not doing whatchamacallit, Elden Ring DLC bosses. I mean, I guess we did do Mage Tower stuff, but for the most part, this is a pretty relaxing thing to do. You know, a couple hours in the day where I can just like have a nice sit.
Memory for Azeroth to show us.
Once in a while, I think we help lift you out of a funk for a bit. Not always, but sometimes. Glad Twitch gives Prime subs. Twitch allows more people to support you and other streamers, which is great. Prime subs were the main reason that I switched from YouTube to Twitch streaming. I actually liked the functionality of the YouTube platform better. And we had more viewers on YouTube streaming because people would get funneled there from my YouTube page. But even with less viewers, Prime subs help me pay my rent. If Amazon ever turned those off, we would have to have a little think, but they're just so good because a lot of people already have Prime, so they don't have to spend any extra money. How's Moose doing? Moosey's good. He had his Gotcha Day anniversary yesterday. 1 year ago yesterday, I brought Moose home from the shelter. And so we I already did like a big thing for his birth. Well, not a huge thing, but I made him a special meal for his birthday 3 months ago because we took him home at 3 months old. So for his gotcha day, he got a couple of special treats. And then for his walk, we thought, you know, what kind of walk does he really like to do? And then we took him on like an extra long walk down some of his favorite places, and he had a good time.
Here we go again. Quite literally.
Time flies. To be quite honest, I think we overdid the treats a little bit last night. We were feeling a little too smooshy, and we gave him a few too many yummies, and his tummy was kind of upset this morning. So he has kid after birthday party candy hangover, effectively, but like in dog version. But I think he's doing better now. Happy gotcha day. Yeah. I've been calling it his moose-anniversary to distinguish it from his birthday. He's so sweet. I've been considering what having him looked after if I was away would look like. And, oh man, that is a stressful thing to think about. Not like committing to anything in particular right now, but I've been looking more into like either having him walked or having someone house sit or dropping him off somewhere, and trying to think about like what kind of things do you have to tell someone else who's trying to look after Moose, because I haven't let anybody else. It's been my partner and I with him for the whole year. We haven't left him alone for more than like an afternoon. Never gone away overnight, never had anybody else walk him. So it's a lot to think about. Enough, mother, I beg you. My dog's first gotcha day, September 1st. Back from my 2-week break from grad school. Partner and I are taking her to Tennessee this weekend for a long hiking weekend. Aw. My younger pup's gotcha day is Saturday. Oh, are you planning a trip? I was investigating. I'm not ready to say anything yet, but if I do go away, it would be for like a day. So it's not something I need to like book a ton of time off for. So sure of Terran Mill. Maybe over here. It's not great timing because it's so busy with like Raid Guides and the War Within coming out, and also like there's a lot of stuff going on in my life right now with Kitty Cat and her vet specialist and trying to figure out what's going on with her blood cells, and I, you know, fricked up my car a little bit and I have to get that fixed, and I've been trying to keep up with this new yoga routine and classes and stuff to make sure that I don't lose momentum with that, and it's all good, and I think it's helping me a lot. I feel like I'm growing up a little bit over the last couple of months, but man, it's a lot going on. Yeah, gate, exactly. I'm taking it to get it appraised fairly soon, within the next week or two. And I'm really hoping they give me good news of it's not that bad. It won't take that long to fix. It's not going to cost you like thousands of dollars. Because apparently getting your paint fixed, depending on how deep the scratches are and how, like, there's a lot of factors that go into how much it's going to be. And it's a pretty big range. But I have to get it fixed because you don't want to let moisture get in underneath your paint coat and stuff. So I'm going to have a professional take a look at it. Isn't the leveling too slow if you're below 60? Too slow for what? I'm mainly here looking for specific weapon appearances that can only drop 4 sub-60s. I want the shields and offhands. And then it's a nice bonus if I get any echoes that I can spend, and it's an extra nice bonus if I get any levels. I allowed my parents to watch my dog when I first got her. Ever since they're besties, she's so happy to see him. Maybe I should have talked to my mom and to see, because she probably could have looked after him too, but my dog is so strong, and he's a good boy, and I have done training, but if he sees, he's 15 months, if he sees a bunny rabbit, and I don't want him to knock over my mother, I want somebody who is, who's a bit young, you know, to walk him. Yeah. Exactly. Are you planning on making an Earthen alt? Eventually, probably, but I'm not super hyped about it. Big Dog's got that yank. Yeah. But if we do have somebody watch him, I'm gonna be like, because sometimes when you're walking Missy, I don't know how well other dogs walk, and I don't know what people expect a year and a bit dog to be on their walk. I'm sure there is a spectrum of how hard it is to walk a dog, ranging from like very reactive, fearful dogs to dogs that are just like perfectly used to it that just kind of trot the whole way. So I don't know on a scale of 1 to 10 how much of a pain in the butt my dog is to walk, but I bet I'm gonna find out. He's Moosey's main thing is that he stops a lot. He's very curious, he's very nosy, he loves dogs, he's curious about people, and if he sees a dog or a person or a situation that he wants to know more about, which is often, he will plant his butt, and it's hard. Like, you can convince him to continue walking, especially depending on the strength of the distractor, and then also, you know, it helps if you have treats and you can ask him to do commands for you, but like, there's an awful lot of standing in front of him and being like, nope, we're not waiting for them, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I'm used to it because we walk him every day, a couple times a day, but I'm a little worried that someone else is going to be like, holy moly, this dog won't go. But maybe Moose will be so surprised that someone else is walking him that he'll be like, oh, this is weird. Let's just off and away. Places to be. My husky mix is strong. My mom's only 43, handles her well, and my mom has 4 Dobermans. Extended leash devices. Big dog whip a person. Yeah, those are kind of a big no-go around here. The one of the questions that the shelters ask you is if you use one of them, and I'm pretty sure that they either won't adopt you the dog or they'll be like, you cannot use that style of leash here because it's just, they cause a lot of injuries. Moose has like a 5.5-foot rope with a locking carabiner. Because one time a regular leash clip, the harness like cinched up in a way that popped open the leash clip, and he got off his leash, and it was horrifying. So he now is locked right in when we go walking. Wonder what I can get away with this new person walking me. Yeah, that might very well be the case. We'll have to see. I'm just trying to remind myself that he's not a nightmare. He's not aggressive. And he is much better behaved and walks a lot better than he used to be. He is improving. 10 to 26 in an hour? Nice. I was 13 to 28 in about hour and a half, maybe? I don't think I'm going terribly fast, though. I was kind of hoping I would just get one of the shields, you know? I was kind of hoping it would just drop for me. I've had 3 of these sturdy mallets, 3 of these one-handed maces. You know what I'm going to do? I know I'm Ellie loot spec'd. But, like, just to make me feel better, I'm going to actually spec Elemental. Because it doesn't really matter what I'm doing right now. And then we'll... That's funny. I just instantly got a chess piece. So loot spec is still current, and then I'm Ellie. Yeah, it's a good question. I figured the shield could drop for shamans, but I guess I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if I've heard any like direct reports of I played a shaman and it dropped for me. I got mine in shaman. Excellent. Thank you. Yes, good. That's what I wanted to hear. We have a report. Can drop for shaman. Got the shield of my shaman. Good. I wish I could just have it automatically spend talent points into the starter build as I level. Ah, wait. Oh, I don't know. I shouldn't have released. I guess it's right here. Got it 5 different times, various warriors and paladins. There we go. Yeah, Ellie or Resto should work for the shield, as well as the offhand book. There's also an offhand tome that you should be fine to get an Ellie or Resto. Speaking of shields, I need to get one. And also this massive McGowan doesn't look like it's giving me any int. Interesting how some of them will and some of them won't switch main stats. Do we have Earth Shock? You must, right? Yeah, there it is. Hearing that people are getting it like 5 times is kind of encouraging. I'm hoping I get lucky soon. Because you just need the shield to drop once. And then the offhand to drop once. And it should give you the opposite faction appearance. It's the cloaks that there's 3 different ones that seem like they're kind of awful. Three times my paladin. Nice.
It seems Azeroth has no need for his story.
No! Ow. That's not even the first time that I've done that. This zone is dangerous, man. I need some safety rails. I need a good fence. Leveled over 10 characters, 60 to 70. Don't have it yet. Oh. Surprised you lived. I wasn't expecting to. I thought that was the end of Krabby. Didn't die. I got a bit hungry and I'm like, why am I hungry? And it's, oh, it's 11:30. That's why. I still have a sleeping cat on my lap. You're so sweet. All she wants is to cuddle. I was thinking about what you would have to tell somebody if they were like pet sitting for her, and all she really needs aside from standards like clean the box, food and water, she just wants a visit. She just needs a little cuddle. She just wants some pets, you know, just to let her know that she's not alone in the dark void. She's so sweet. Just said that. Actually, finally got a cloak to drop. Nice. One that I actually needed? Do you have a preferred add-on to track stuff between tunes? Returning gamer stuff is everywhere. Like items? I kind of sort through it manually. I know that there are add-ons that can do it. Altaholic might do it, but I just kind of I've been kind of cleaning up bags one at a time. And then if it's like a warbound thing, like an account-wide thing, like a pet charms, I will stick those into the new warband bank so that any of my characters have access to them. But yeah, just general items. I've just been sorting through them manually. Isn't this pre-patch event boring? I'm finding it kind of relaxing now. I was a bit bored by it originally, but now that you can kind of continue to grind it and you don't have like all this downtime in between events, I'm pretty happy with it. But I'm a simple creature. I don't need a lot. Yeah, in its current version, I think it's one of the better pre-patch events that we've had. I like that they're not the travel time. I like that we've got the portals set up from day one so that you don't have to navigate yourself all across the world for it. There's not like a ton of flying around. I like that most of the stuff, at least, is available on the vendors, so you don't need to get everything to drop in order to learn it, with the exception of a few of the recruit pieces, of course. The fact that everything's account-wide, game-changing. Was not feeling good before the health nerf. Yeah, the bosses were definitely taking a little long. Today feels really good. I've been happy with this. I'm almost a little worried that I'm going to run out of items that I need for the currency before I get these shields and cloaks to drop. And that's fine if I'm still like enjoying leveling the characters, but I wasn't. If I was in a big hurry to level Krabby, I would have remade her in Remix. So she's basically just an engine with which to try to get these shields now. And offhand. Can't forget the offhand.
What a peculiar memory for Azeroth to show us.
Like it for when I want to zone out. Not super engaging if you're a story-driven person. Yeah, I haven't made a wild amount of sense out of what's going on yet. I probably won't ever. Oh, hey, level 30. Yeah. I can see how the leveling would be like really satisfying 60 to 70. Sub 60. It's probably still faster than questing. But, Hawker. Schluppel, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Glad to have you here.
Are these echoes a message?
Any point to upgrading the gear you get to this if you aren't a new or returning player? No, if you have like season 4 gear, you probably don't even need to wear it. It's just for your alts. Because it is... What is the item level on it cap out at? 4.9? No, that's champion 1 of 8. I don't know. I think you're going to replace all of it, you know, within the first 2 days of leveling the War Within anyways. I don't think it's going to make a life or death difference. I was just wondering what the fully upgraded veteran stuff item level caps out at, because you would need to get flight stones. They give you crests for doing the event, but you would be at a bit of a shortage of flight stones. Yeah. Yeah, my main, I'm not even going to put any of it on. I'm just saving it all for my alts. And I'm not going to upgrade it for my alts. I'll just put it on as is. Crit sting. Oh, thank you. Just from the 3 daily quests. Yeah. And you don't even get them on a sub 70. I think I've sometimes gotten, not on this character, not on a low level character, but a handful of flight stones, but nothing meaningful. Oh, that is true. Yeah, you can catalyze this armor into tier and then upgrade it for the appearances. But I'm assuming it's current. It's like season 4 tier. So if you already had season 4 tier, then you'd be fine. But maybe an alt doesn't have season 4 tier yet and could get the appearances that way. OMG. It's Hazel. Hello. Hi. Heard you couldn't catalyze it. You couldn't at first. It changed a couple days in. They changed it. Supposedly. I haven't tried. So hype for early access. I can't believe we're 15 days away. That's just so soon. The days are going so fast. Sun comes up, sun goes down. Sun comes back up again. I'm not ready. One of these shields is gonna drop. Shield or offhand? Doing any guides? Raid guides. Raid guides are oh, you good? You good. Next to my list for the raid that's coming out. After that, I'll have to take a little break and then see what's timely and what I'm qualified to do. Get something going. Interested in delves? I think I'll find out when I'm playing the endgame ones how engaging I find them. When I was testing, I only really took the time to test the leveling ones, and they were fine, but it was just like playing through a mob scenario. It wasn't terribly hard, it was just kind of like playing it through a scenario. So I think how engaging it feels at endgame is going to be something I'll find out when we actually get into it in the War Within. You can see what Mog you have on one character now. Don't have to log in and out to see what tier I need. Oh, nice. How, actually? Is it in the... Oh, yeah, they give you a whole drop down here now. Man, so is there the drop down in sets as well? There's a drop down in sets as well. Holy smokes. I think I just learned that. That's crazy. That might be very helpful, actually. What if I was in, like, I don't know, let's say Nax. Well, Nax is a bad example. Where am I getting tokens from? Am I getting tokens from Naxxramas? I might be. And I wanted to check to see if I had Warlock tier. Yeah. That is convenient. Hello, Chat and Hazel. Anyone know why it doesn't let me finish the quest to kill the Lich King? The only thing that I could guess is if you're in a raid group. Many quests will not progress if you are in a raid group. But that's my only guess. Aside from that, it might be just broken. It's mostly solo player. It's a blessing for me. Do you know how many viewers you have to consistently have to become eligible for monetization? I'm not super up on it. I know that you can be an affiliate and you can monetize as an affiliate without needing to become a Twitch partner. And I think that the requirements for being an affiliate are more generous. I don't know what they are. Let me see. Twitch affiliate requirements. What are they saying? You need to have 50 followers, stream for 8 hours, stream on 7 different days, and have an average of 3 viewers. So reasonably achievable for somebody who's getting started and putting some time in. And that's for the affiliate program. And then as an affiliate, you are eligible for subscriptions, ads, bits. You can unlock up to 5 unlockable sub emotes. Twitch partners get more. Twitch partners get up to 60. There's something to bookmark. How am I going to get gear with all these fresh 70s? Doing the event gives Warbound equipped gear, especially if you're on a 70. Or maybe if you have a lot of the currency, you can buy it off the vendor. And that stuff starts at 480. Or you could just like level them in or within and just put on questing gear as you get it. You might be a little weak for a few levels, but I've done that plenty of times in my life.
Are these echoes a message?
Oh, Hakar, don't kill me. I'm just gonna hide behind this mountain. Nothing to worry about. Anything? The currency's coming quite quickly. I think we'll be able to have all of our all of our appearances bought without too much grief.
It's fascinating how strongly Azeroth remembers these events.
I feel like I need, for leveling, a different transmog. Oh, I got a Shadow Weave mask pattern. That's funny. TSM seems to think that's worth, or maybe it's auctioneer, 20k gold. Maybe I'll give it to Flabby to sell. Yeah, in between the boss spawns, you can just rotate and repeatedly farm these green bubble or these blue bubble events. Prioritizing boss ones is really good. Memories of a given boss name. And then failing the boss, the simple fill the bar ones go fairly well as well. All I did was die when I leveled my 60 DH. I've been mostly okay as a level 31. The main exception being Hakar. Hakar can kind of toast you. Little events in between the spawns, still an hour. Wait, nope. Each zone is active for an hour, but the boss can spawn multiple times within the hour, depending on how quickly people on that shard are killing the events. Every time you finish an event, it's going to chunk some of the memories remaining off the bar, and then when that top bar reaches 0, that's when the boss spawns. So it can spawn multiple times throughout the event, and you can kill it multiple times for 1,400 memories each, as well as more chances at loot. It is much nicer to grind now.
Is trying to tell us with these echoes.
31, going fast to me. Yeah, it's not too bad. I got some sturdy striders. I could probably wear those. $32. Ha ha ha.
I remember this one.
Also in a full server, usually always busy. I've been pretty lucky with my shards. I know some people have talked about having a really hard time finding people to do events with, but choosing the popular events and then not being in chromie time may be helping, or maybe I'm just lucky and I'm on a popular shard.
Are ours.
Yeah, do not do chromie time. It seems like it works in chromie time, but you're gonna have a much harder time finding people around to do the event, so you're much better off in just standard unchromied time. Alright, I would like 1 shield, please. If that could drop, that would be awesome. No? So he has his shield. Oh, she wants me to grab the letters. I don't think I can do that. Oh, I can do that. Although, I kind of didn't see them until it was too late. There's a few of them. Whoa, that's hard to see among all the nameplates and stuff. I wonder how many they want you to get. Ow. Dragon ride to do this? Oh. That. I could see how that could work better.
Vile Lord Ragnaros returns.
We got 33 for water walking finally. Not that we wildly needed any more that we can fly, but yeah, I heard time walking was a bit spooky right now. Wasn't going well for everybody. Oh, I want to see this transmog. I'm not doing much damage anyways, so. Oh yeah. I love outfits like that. I wish we had like a lot more pieces that have that same kind of style and energy so that we have more options for just like super casual, kind of like civilian mugs. Spooky? Just that a few people have reported that the scaling is not super favorable and sometimes the dungeons can be a bit harder than expected. Lumberjack Panda. I haven't done any personally and I don't plan to, so I can't contribute any first-hand experience. Jace Godless, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Do you think they'll combine old reps? They said they were going to continue working through and combining them as it makes sense over time. So the question would be how many will get that treatment and how long it will take. Back to Hakar. Some people may also be running time walking dungeons with remix brain,
I wouldn't call this
where they've gotten used to having people in remix that are, or maybe even themselves, that are like fully geared and just absolutely smoking the whole thing. Oh, I do not wish to tank. New mod coming has so many good basic pieces. That's what I want to hear. Is this fast to level? I would say this is faster than questing. I started today less than 2 hours ago on this character at level 13 and I'm level 33. Not quite as fast as remix leveling, but you can earn a lot of prepatch event currencies and stuff. I've been getting memories and I'm trying to get these shield items to drop. But time walking's faster? Maybe. Hakar does mind control people. I'm surprised there aren't more people in this shard because he's the main boss that's up. I think people are showing up now. Hi, kitty. Watch your head. Watch your head. There you go. I don't even want to use my reincarn. Hi. Hi. Happy cat. I wonder if people are giving up on him. He doesn't look like he's really getting any deader. He's been reset.
Here we go again. Quite literally.
Let me out of here.
Here we go again. Quite literally.
I wonder if I'll have the shield in offhand before I hit 70. I mean, we're only 33. We got lots of time. Could have had the XP buff on this whole time. But then maybe I would have hit 70 before I got the stuff to drop. The leveling's kind of a side product here. My number one priority is the transmogs, and then number 2 is currency for the rest of the transmogs. And you can only get these transmogs to drop if you're sub 70. You can lock experience, but I'm taking the middle ground of I'm not going to try super hard, but I'm also not going to lock my XP. Also, I die a lot, so I think that the Dark Moon Fair buff would slow me down more than it would give me extra benefit, because every time I died, you have to go all the way back to Dark Moon Fair to ride the thing again, unless you had hats that you wanted to burn.
Can I help you?
Can I help you?
Goddess bless you.
How fast are you finding leveling in the event? Didn't seem to outweigh how boring I found it. It's alright. It's reasonably fast. It's, I don't know if I would really have the stamina to do that. Like, if I was just leveling a character just to level, I would do remix instead, 100%. I would just do the remix speed leveling with the mailbox thing that I posted the video about. It's even faster than it used to be, and that's by far the fastest way to get a character to 70. But because I also want things from this event, I'm pretty happy to be doing this. That one's over. Hogger's up again. I'm pretty happy to just fly around and farm, but I'm only doing this for stream. I'm not doing this like 5-6 hours a day. we do 3 hours, give or take, maybe even 2.5, and then we're good for the day.
And we will once more.
Today's Wednesday. I gotta decide what I want to make for dinner later. What does Maybell want? Oh, the love letters. Let me see if I can drag and ride around and do them. I guess I'm stuck in combat because I've been fighting Hogger. Suggestions for Prismatic Leaper. I was using an add-on called... what was it? Better Fishing? It was a 1-button fishing add-on that was really nice when I was working on that grind. Yeah, Better Fishing. Single keybind fishing with enhanced sound made that feel a little easier. Because at a certain point, you're just, you know, you're finding pools and you're fishing from them, and then you're finding more pools. There's not a whole lot of special tactics to it. Finished leveling my last remix alt. Can finish leveling retail characters with the event. Nice. Yeah, the Lich King was very laggy for me yesterday. It seems totally fine for me today. New add-on for Transmog? For what about Transmog? I use all the things to find out what I could get from a zone. I use Can I Mog It to keep an eye on stuff in my bags and whether or not I can learn it. Sometimes I use Better Wardrobe in Transmog to track different sets in my Sets tab. Sometimes I use Narcissus to get a really big preview window. Did you already abandon the Nelf Hunter? How come every time I play a character, I've by default abandoned all the rest of them? I just want to get the offhand and the shield. They can only drop for Shaman. The Hunter can't get them. So I'm playing this character first. Also, I know it's not that serious. I'm not like trying to yell at you or anything. It's just funny because you're not the only person that said that. You're totally fine. It's like you go to work today and you're like, how dare you abandon your home? You've gone to the bathroom, you've abandoned the kitchen. It just comes up a lot. Crazy that Narcissus is a free add-on. When you played any other game in Season 2 of Shadowlands, clearly abandoned. Wow. I mean, sometimes you gotta abandon it for a little bit. Sometimes I like abandoning daytime to go take some sleep. Being here last time, Nelf Hunter? Yeah. I did level it a little bit more off stream. I played her a little bit more on my own. She's level 9 right now. I was enjoying playing her just through like the Night Elf starting zone, and I was getting Transmog for it too. Doing those, like, coming out here and leveling this way would probably be faster, but leveling by questing, I was getting lots of appearances that I didn't have for like White and Grey Transmog and stuff, so I may end up quest leveling her even though it's not fast. We'll see. Hello there. Hi. Internet Adage mentioning one thing means you despise anything else. It's just funny. I want to be very clear that I'm not mad or upset or annoyed at all. It's totally fine. It's just funny. 90% of my characters level through quests. Enjoy the classic leveling. Yeah. It's just so satisfying now that I can get more Transmog for it too. Saw short of someone making carrot fries and all the comments were like, there's nothing wrong with potatoes. Yeah. Yeah, it's just the internet for you. The thing I try and remind myself whenever I see comments that are like just unnecessary, like they're not even wrong. It's just like, what did you expect to accomplish by saying this? is that, you know what it is it's engagement. It's not even necessarily like mean engagement. There's a million worse things you could have said, and they cared enough about your video to say something about it. So it's all good. Krabby Flabby. Krabby is my Flabby knockoff character. It's the Flabby wannabe. What was Flabby's character name again? Flabby. Just like that. Yeah, he has properly spelled Flabby. How long have you been playing WoW? Since about 2009. Bit of attention or just wanted to start a conversation? Yeah. There's a lot of very common comments that you'll get, or like questions that you'll get, and it's just somebody that's like new that wants to join in the conversation, or they just want to be involved or say something, and it's not their fault that they that the thing that they thought of wasn't wildly original, and that as a streamer or like a creator you've heard it like a million times. Anything that's like a little bit unusual about any part of the stream will attract comments just by nature of it being a thing that someone can comment on or ask about. And it doesn't mean that it's a big deal, but it just gets like portrayed that way in your brain after you've heard it a few times. Like I'll get a lot of people telling me or asking me why my UI is not symmetrical, when obviously it doesn't matter. Like it's not that they have to, no one else has to play with it. Symmetry is not a default, and like there's no reason why somebody needs to know that, but it's just, you know, hey, I saw something, it's a bit odd, I want to know what's up with it, or just like it's just a way to like have a conversation. As it turns out, my UI is not symmetrical because I like nesting it against my camera. Sometimes when my stream's set up a little bit better, it's nested nicely against the side of my camera edge, as well as each bar corresponding to a different block of keys in either my mouse or my keyboard. And this bar is smaller than this one to indicate in my brain that it's the shift modified bar as opposed to the unmodified bar. But yeah, it's just an example of one of those things that just comes up over and over again. Like your UI besides the cast bar being off. That's the other thing about my UI. And also like my room as well. Sometimes things will be crooked or just not centered, and there's no other reason other than I didn't put it quite in the right spot and I don't care enough to fix it. I'm not very picky about things being like correct or perfectly straight or whatever. And it shows.
Azeroth has no need for historical records.
UI changes between laptop and desktop. Yeah, it's very easy to hear like an innocent question like that and to kind of, especially if you're in a bad mood, read negative intent. Like if somebody says, why do you do it this way? The evil part of your brain translates that into what you're doing is wrong and bad. When somebody's probably just curious or like trying to start a conversation, but like especially when it happens repeatedly, it's very easy for your brain to get in that mode. And I'm not perfect. I get defensive too. I get defensive a lot. It's just something you try and stay aware of and apologize when you feel like you've come on a little strong. I'm also like just even in my regular life, I'm kind of a stubborn person who likes to do things my way. And that to some extent comes across in streams too. Wait, about to end. How was your weekend? Hello, Elun. Welcome. I am almost done, aren't I? Weekend was all right. Weekend was a lot. I got some sort of troubling news about Kitty that had me pretty worried. I've been a little emotional. She needs some more tests. We need to take her to get a bone marrow biopsy to try and sort out what's going on with her blood cells. And I'm a little worried, but she seems in good shape and spirits and happy cat, so I'm trying not to worry too much. There's just a lot going on right now. hope it turns out okay. Me too. It's just a big mystery. I hate it when there's something, and it's happened a few times with both of the animals, where there's something with the animal that they either find in a test or like there's a behavior that we're looking into. And the vet's like, they check a bunch of things, they roll a bunch of things out, and they go, huh, I don't know why your dog's joints are hurting in this way. I don't know why your cat went blind. I don't know why this thing is the thing. And I know that medicine's not like a completely solved entity and that all they can do is their best and the available procedures. And I know that they're good vets and they're trying everything, but it's just so frustrating because you just want, it's like, what am I spending all this money for? If we're going to do all of this testing and go, huh, that's weird. Like, oh man, you're just trying to rule out anything dangerous. Kitty will be okay. Can't imagine how you feel. Love my cats to death. She's like I don't know. I'm very, everybody's attached to their pets. My baby girl. She's such a sweet cat. Like, obviously I love her because she's my cat, and I would love her even if she woke up every morning and slapped me in the face and spit in my mouth. Sorry, that was too much, but you know what I mean, right? Like, she could do anything and I would still love her because she's my baby. But she doesn't do that. She's so sweet. She's such a friendly girl. Even when she's mad and scared and like you're taking her to the vet and she's not happy, she won't swat you. She won't bite you. Like even when she used to swat the dog, she would do it with her claws in. She's such a sweet, friendly girl. All she wants is to cuddle and fall asleep on my lap and take naps with me and like headbutt me in the face and like snuggle. She's such a sweetheart. And she's always been like that. And nothing really keeps her down. She doesn't ask a lot, you know? Studying medicine is so frustrating because sometimes the prof will answer a question with, huh, don't know, never thought of that. Yeah. Well, I did not get the item that I wanted. I did get more currency. We can pull some more onto Inksy and see how close we are to finishing buying the vendor stuff. Hi, sweetie. But yeah. No matter what happens, I wouldn't trade a single day with them for anything. It only hurts because you love them so much. And also, she's fine. She's fine. Get your test done before you freak out about anything. She's only 10. Man, if that biopsy comes back and they still don't know, though, I don't even know what they're gonna do. We're like, huh, your cat's weird. She seems fine. Try to keep her healthy, question mark? Okay, what are we doing? I was gonna pull my currency. That's right. I was going to go onto residual memories. I was gonna transfer. Let me try from Krabby. So you said like 100,000? And it just pulls like, oh, I had more than 10,000. Hang on. Oops. So Krabby has, here, let's try 100. No. Let's try 100 with a lot of zeros. Yeah, there we go. And that'll default to the exact amount. So now I have 72,000. Is that correct? 72,000 memories, and I need 102,000 to buy the remaining things. So we're getting closer to making those two numbers meet. Said all that while my kitty's cuddling with me. Got a bit sad. Yeah. It's tough. But you want to see your happy cat. I'm wrapping up for the day. I'll be back tomorrow with another stream. Maybe we'll get luckier if we spend the whole day on the shaman. Maybe we'll be able to get that shield to drop. Well, I hope your doggy does better. Thank you so much for joining me today. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.